Roxo Media House.
Hey Frog fans, welcome inside the Flying T Club studio here at Roxo Media House. I'm Avery Helm.
And I'm Bud Clark with the TCU football team.
We're excited to bring you all the action-packed news and insights from the world of TCU sports. So grab your snacks and settle in for the latest headlines in TCU sports, brought to you by Frogs Today.
In today's show, we will bring you all the coverage for both women and men's basketball who continue playing in the postseason this weekend. TCU Baseball heading into another conference series, and beach volleyball improving their overall record to 14-2 on the season. Additionally, we'll take a closer look at swim and dive with their recent championship outdoor track and field who recently started their season, and men's and women's tennis on their conference play so far.
We will also bring you the latest from TCU men's and women's golf, as well as women's rifle team with their national championship and Equestrian who will be heading into the Big 12 championship next weekend. We're also excited to start our spring training tomorrow. So much to get to after a quick word from one of our sponsors. We will dive into all of our exciting updates when we return.
Stay tuned.
We're lucky to have a collective that's as strong and as powerful as the Flying T Club. It's a big deal for us. It is a game changer. You know, I would just encourage any fans out there to support it. Everyone asks me, what's the biggest priority? And I say, NIL is big. Please jump on board, show these student athletes how much they mean to you. The thing about NIL is I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it, and the Flying T Club's do it the right way. Let's keep winning. Join the Flying T Club today.
Welcome back, Frog Nation, from the Flying T Club studio here at Roxo Media House. I'm your host, Avery Helm. TCU men's basketball has secured their third straight NCAA tournament bid, making it their 11th NCAA tournament appearance. The number 9 seed Horned Frogs will meet the number 8 seed Utah State today at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis at 8:55 p.m.
Let's talk a little March Madness. It's why we're all here. It's what we've been waiting for. It's what we come to expect out of you. You've done it again, third time in a row. Utah State this Friday. Yeah. What can you tell us about Utah State?
Well, I mean, that's a program that's probably people know. They're always good. They have a home court. Speaking of home courts, they have a home court advantage there. Their record there for years has been unbelievable. The students are right there. They're perfectly placed. Their emphasis. They're there every game. They've had great coaches. Stu Morrill's the guy I was most familiar with. Odom won there. Go down the list of guys. And then they got a new coach that I coached against, Danny Sprinkle, who was a freshman when I started coaching at Northern Arizona, which was about 25, 30 years ago, I guess. And we patterned our team once we got better at Montana at Northern Arizona after that first team at Montana State. They had inside presence, they had some shooters, and a really good point guard. And so I've known forever is what I'm saying, Danny. But Utah State's always won. They've people don't realize how, if you look at their record over they've always been the top of their league, and they were Big West and they went Mountain West and WAC. So really good team, really balanced offensively. They run good stuff. They score inside and out. They play through their big guy, and there's not a lot of teams that do that, but they do it and do it well. I got a single focus on the game ahead, and I think there's 68 teams, and I know the odds are higher for some guys and better for other teams, but I think every one of these 68 thinks that they can win the whole thing. Absolutely. And that's because every team's used to winning to some degree throughout the year, and then you throw in what happened last year. There's just probably a belief that all 68 think they're going to win the whole thing. So,
as they should. Yep.
That's why it makes it so great. It's going to be fun, and you enjoy it. And like I said, I know I've gone, I guess, as much as anybody in the business, but everyone is it can't lose its luster, because it is it's the biggest sporting event in the world, I think they say. I mean, for 3 weeks, nothing's bigger.
Yes, sir.
And sure, the Super Bowl's big for that day, but this thing for 3 weeks, everybody's checking their bracket, and they're talking about TCU. If they're going to win, and that's a good thing for TCU and a fun thing to be a part of.
Good luck, boys. As for the women's basketball, the Big 12 championship quest ended in the quarterfinals last week when they fell to the number 1 ranked Oklahoma Sooners, 69-53. But their season has yet to end. They are back in the postseason after receiving an at-large bid to compete and host in the WBIT, the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament. They earned the number 3 seed out of 32 teams and hosted North Texas last night here in the Schomeyer Arena.
Really thankful to be playing in March. It's hard to get to postseason basketball, and to do it in our first season is a testament to this coaching staff and the young ladies in the locker room and just the support in this community. March is the best. It's what you do. It's why you do all this. And these girls have been grinding for 9 months and found a way tonight to get a really good win against a good ball club. North Texas is gritty and tough, competitive, and fortunately our defense is what I think got the win for us. And so in March, it's just survive in advance. As I was sitting waiting, I saw, Oakland, 14 seed, upseeded Kentucky, a 3 seed, and hit 10. One player hit 10-3. So March is a 40-minute fight. Seeds don't matter. Rankings don't matter. Big school, small school. That's why it's the best time of the year. So thankful that we get a chance to play another game together.
I think that we have definitely grown from start of the season to now, but there's still more growing to be done in terms of not letting teams speed us up. And I think the second and the third quarter were examples of where we were able to control the tempo, whereas the first and towards the end of the fourth, we sort of let them get us out of our momentum.
We're building a program. This group's still learning. That's why all these games are so meaningful for us. But third quarter is the mark of a really good ball club. They come out of halftime and you kind of flex your muscle. It started with Sedona. Sedona came out in that third quarter and was unguardable, was getting deep post-ups and creating shots for us. And that's a Sedona Prince that we need to show up, from the tip. She's one of the most talented kids in the country. And she flexed her muscle in the third quarter, and we fed off that. And that gave us that breathing room kind of the rest of the second half and set the tone.
The Frogs win for the 21st time this season over the Mean Green and will be advancing to the second round of play, playing Mississippi State on Sunday.
Yeah, Mississippi State played in the NCAA tournament a year ago. They were one of those bubble teams. I think they were the first 4 out. And so they have a great coaching staff, know them well. But they're athletic, they got size. I mean, that's a good SEC ball club. And so on the road, it's going to be tough. Down there in Starkville, that's the show, so there'll be a great crowd. So we got our work cut out, but I know our group will get ready. We got the scout, and tomorrow we'll start working on it. But it's a quick turnaround. Postseason's the best, you guys. You play a game, you got a recovery day, film session, walk through, and then you go compete.
Women on 3! 1, 2, 3!
Great job, ladies. The TCU baseball team secured a much-needed win against the Mavericks of UT Arlington on Tuesday night with a final score of 7-3 after losing 3 straight games at home to the Oklahoma Sooners. Associate head coach T.J. Bruce talked about the importance of moving forward.
After the tough weekend, I think, there's 2 ways to look at it. Either, it's good to have a day off and kind of reset, or, I think the other part is how fast can you get back on the field and get back into playing and doing that. I thought our guys did a really good job coming out, and they really just stayed pitch to pitch. That from an offensive standpoint, what we talked about today was stringing together at bats, passing the baton, and I thought from the pitching standpoint, I thought they did a really good job. Bixby got his first start. I think that was really big, and I think if you look at his 2 innings, he had really good misses. Obviously, we turned a big double play there, something that I think we haven't done, and we let some things get away on the defensive side at times on some of those double plays to get out of a jam. I thought Bix made a good pitch, and we did that, and then I thought it went from Bixby to the rest of the bullpen. They just kept doing their job, and I think that's going to be a stress, something to stress from here on out is do your job and pass the baton to the next guy. I think really what it needs to be is day by day. Tomorrow's the most important day of the year. because it's tomorrow and it's the present. I think that has to be the wins, or that has to be the thought, and that's how we're going to keep that thing going. In terms of looking ahead, I don't think you can look ahead. I know we all, we want to go win Friday night, and hopefully that accounts for 3 or 4 wins, but it doesn't do that. It's just one at a time, and I think that's what we have to be able to focus on. And then I also think the other part is we have to get back into focus on playing the game and not the opponent. And that's something that Coach talked about today with our guys, was make sure we're playing the game. Get back to playing the game and do what the game calls for instead of playing Oklahoma State, playing Oklahoma. And that goes back into our background with Ken Ravizza, the mental game. And it's all about be where you need to be when you need to be there. So for us right now, it's going to be practice tomorrow. And tomorrow's the most important day of the year. And then we'll get back into Friday or Thursday when we get to Thursday.
Frog Ball will hit the road for a 3-game series against Oklahoma State, which starts tonight in Stillwater. They currently sit at 1-5 in the Big 12 standings.
And so a lot of it is, it's getting back to pitching with aggression and not so much chasing the strikeout. I think we rank in the top 25 in the country in terms of strikeouts per 9 innings. So we have the stuff. The stuff is there, but are we chasing that a little bit too much? Is that our end goal? Our end goal is not to get a strikeout. Our end goal is to throw quality pitches and get them out, and to do that over and over again. And if it's a strikeout, great. But a lot of times strikeouts raise your pitch count, and next thing you know, you get to 3-2 because you're trying to punch the guy out, and then you end up walking a guy that you got to 0-2 real fast. And so, the mentality is, let's see how quickly we can get to 2 strikes, and then let's go ahead and finish people off, whether that's a strikeout or whatever it may be. But we got to get back to being a little bit more offensive on the mound in terms of being aggressive.
Good luck, boys. Shifting gears to beach volleyball. The number 5 ranked Horned Frogs split the final day of the FAU Beach Invitational, defending Palm Beach Atlantic 4-1, but falling to the number 1 ranked USC Trojans. Overall, TCU went 3-1 at the Invitational. The Frogs improved their overall record to 14-2. They are back home in Fort Worth today, where they will be hosting the fight in the fort through Sunday at TCU Beach Volleyball Courts. Their first matchup will be against FGCU at noon today. Good luck this weekend, ladies. TCU's track and field team has officially started their outdoor season at the TCU Alumni Invitation over the weekend. TCU earned 8 event wins, which included a new facility record in the men's 500 meter. Graydon Moore started off his season strong, setting the facility record at the Loudon Complex and became the 5th fastest time in school history at 14 minutes, 11.50 seconds. The team will head to College Station tomorrow to take part in Texas A&M Invitational. Good luck, Frogs. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Squire Shop.
We are locally owned and operated since 1994.
We specialize in the finest men's clothing that the market has to offer at affordable prices with unbelievable service.
We do custom clothing all the way to more casual, Peter Millar, Johnny O, kind of everything. Well, my dad's the owner, so I've been around retail my whole life. Oh, it's great. I mean, it's the best boss I'll ever have. I know that.
We love our TCU community. They have been so good to us. Come see us today. Go Frogs!
Hey Frog Nation, welcome back to this episode of the Frogs Today inside the Flying T Club studio. I'm Bud Clark. Let's now turn our attention to TCU's men's tennis. On Tuesday, Jack Pennington earned Big 12 Player of the Week following an impressive feat of securing 3 ranked road single victories within just 5 days. This is the first time in Pennington's career that he's ever been selected for Player of the Week. He defeated number 29 UCLA, number 44 USC, and number 40 Pepperdine. The number 2 Horned Frogs ended his California road trip with a 4-0 sweep over Pepperdine. With a doubles point and 3 single match wins, they improved their overall record to 14-1 on the year. They are headed south to open Big 12 conference play against the number 27 ranked Baylor Bears in Waco tonight at 6 p.m. Good luck, boys. Meanwhile, women's tennis took down the Kansas State Wildcats 4-1 on Sunday afternoon. They're 8-4 on the season with a Big 12 record of 4-2. The Frogs will host the Kansas Jayhawks today at 3:30 p.m. at the Bayard H. Friedman Tennis Center. Good luck, ladies. The women's rifle team are now the 2024 national champs. On day 2 of the NCAA championship, an exceptional performance in air rifle led the number 2 ranked team to overcome a 6-point deficit, which secured the national title for the 4th time in history of the program. Adding to the collection of team titles from 2010, 2012, and 2019, the national trophy will now adorn TCU's achievements. This victory marks the program's 5th air rifle championship in history. What an accomplishment season, ladies. We're eagerly looking forward to what next year holds in store. Switching gears from women's rifle to equestrian, the TCU Equestrian team holding the top rank, tanking on number 3 SMU Mustangs last week at the Dallas Equestrian Center. They were defeated by the Mustangs 11-7, concluding their regular season. However, despite the loss, the Horned Frogs wrap up their regular season campaign with an outstanding 11-1 record, a historic achievement for the program. Their 6-0 record in conference speaks volumes about their dominance throughout the season. TCU will prepare for the Big 12 Championship, which will be held March 29th to the 30th in Waco at the Willis Equestrian Center. Good luck, ladies. TCU in swim and dive wrapped up the National Invitational Championships, walking away as champions on the men's and women's side. Congratulations for an amazing season. TCU men's golf, Gustave Vermont led TCU at the Louisiana Classic, recording his 3rd top 10 finish on the season. With a season best 8 under 208, he has 5 top 20 finishes so far this season. He has led his team in every tournament. TCU just recently played in the Palmer Valley Invitational, where Vermont led the team again. The team finished in 15th place and will continue their season next weekend in San Francisco, California.
Energy does everything for us. It's all-encompassing.
We're all benefiting and affected from it.
And it is something that we all need to know about.
It is the glue that holds everything together.
TCU is powering what matters, our future.
We don't just talk about what's needed, we focus on results.
The Ralph Lowe Energy Institute is creating a world where energy is affordable, sustainable, and reliable.
Spring practice starts tomorrow for us and the rest of the TCU football team. We have 15 days of practice before our spring game on April 27 at 2 p.m. So make sure you show up and show out.
We're so excited to be back out there. March Madness is here. Good luck to our men tonight, and make sure you follow our social media to see a sneak peek of our TCU coaches and March Madness brackets.
We've had a lot of fun hosting this week's episode. For everyone behind the scenes here at Roxo Media House, I'm Avery Helm.
And I'm Bud Clark. Thanks for watching this week's show. And thank you for always supporting our football program. Please like and subscribe to Frogs Today for the best coverage of TCU athletics. Until next week, go Frogs.
Roxo Media House.